Hello everyone! In today's devlog I wish to show you the latest progress in my roguelike indie dev game. During my research I found out that in games like Nuclear Throne, Archvale and Enter the Gungeon, the weapon systems are a very important part of the gameplay. Each game has its own different approach to the topic. The common thing is the fact that weapons enforces player to change the playstyle and can be used in different scenarios for more beneficial outcome. This brings more excitement and refreshment to the game itself. Playing the game with new weapon can become entirely new experience. My approach to this topic in my indie game will consist of similar ideas. I want the player to look at the new weapon as entirely new adventure ahead. Because of that, I started working on my own weapon system, and lately I have added new melee weapon types to the game: swords, spears and axes. These new additions were aimed to increase the variety of melee weapons available to players. Each weapon has its unique characteristics and gameplay mechanics, making them all distinct from each other. My idea is to distinguish the weapons by adding more base characteristics before introducing damage, attack speed and other attributes. Swords are a versatile weapon with its medium projectile and range. It's an excellent all-around weapon that can be used in a variety of situations. Players who enjoy a balanced play style will appreciate the flexibility that swords offer. Spears, on the other hand, are a great weapon for players who prefer to keep their distance. With their smaller projectiles but longer range, players can deal damage from afar, without putting themselves in harm's way. If you prefer to play it safe, spears might be the weapon for you. Finally, axes are a powerful weapon that deals massive damage up close, with their large projectile but small range. Players who choose axes must be prepared to get up close and personal with their enemies, but for those who are willing to take the risk, the reward can be well worth it. In games like Hades, majority of the rooms are randomly generated, and almost every time player objective is to fight the enemies. To proceed to the next room, the player needs to defeat all the enemies in the room or the boss. After that, player is rewarded with health, new skills or in-game currency. Sometimes the rooms are without the enemies and consists of NPCs, shrines, rewards or shops. I really liked that approach because it's making every playthrough more unique and fulfilled with new adventures. I have similar idea, but I wish to expand it by introducing different challenges and objectives to the player. In my latest progress, I was working on room system, and I have added various room types to the game, including tower defense room. Tower defense rooms enforces on player different playstyle. In order to complete the level, player needs to dig out all the mines in the middle. Enemies will spawn from the portals all around and will try to stop the player from completing this objective. Digging out mines with pickaxe could be time consuming. Placing towers and traps can help in repelling the enemies, and player can safely proceed with digging. More strategic approach is required from the player in this type of rooms. Standard fighting rooms introduces typical encounter with enemies. Player needs to fulfill various objectives like defeating all the enemies or digging out all the mines to proceed to the next level. Reward rooms are instances without enemies to give player a space to breathe for a while. This type of rooms can consist with a lot of chests, waypoints or other rewards. Waypoint saves current progress and enables player to get back to surface room. The surface room is the first room. In this instance, player can talk with NPCs and buy items that are needed to proceed with adventures or sell unnecessary equipment. I plan to expand this idea by adding new room types, with even more objectives, challenges, bosses and other surprises. This is it for now. I hope you liked it. As always, I'm open to suggestions on how to improve the weapon and room systems, or game overall. I encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow my progress. If you wish to be more involved in the game development, I invite you to my Discord server. Have a nice day, everybody. Bye bye.